Who doesn't want to save money on their next Disney vacation? The return of park hopping isn't the only new thing we need to plan around in 2021, you guys. We've got some new tips that could save you lots of money in Disney World this year. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Now you've heard all the tried and true tips when it comes to saving on and budgeting for a vacation to Disney World, but there are a few new ways to save money that might only apply to trips in 2021. And that's the info we've got for you today. These flash in the pan deals and tricks could save you some cash so you've got more money to spend on snacks and souvenirs, and you can spend a longer Disney trip the way that we've been recommending because things are so weird there right now. Sometimes you need more time to actually do everything you want to do. So let's get started. Number 1, go to a characterless character meal. This sounds absurd, right? The whole point of going to a character meal is to meet the characters. So why would you go to a restaurant that has their characters on hiatus for a meal? Well, there are some deals to be had at those restaurants right now. Trattoria Al Forno on the boardwalk right outside of Epcot used to be the go-to spot for a more budget-friendly breakfast with the princesses. But Ariel and Rapunzel are taking a break, and this restaurant is serving up a la carte dishes right now rather than the prefix meal we're used to. Most entrees are just $15, which is a pretty good deal for a full sit-down breakfast in Disney World, and it's all the same dishes that were on the menu when this was a character meal. You won't be meeting Winnie the Pooh and friends at Crystal Palace and Magic Kingdom right now either, but you will get some delicious Southern-style dishes at a pretty good price. It's still going to cost you $39 per adult, but that's pretty standard for a prefix entree meal with unlimited appetizers and desserts at Disney. So if you're craving some good fried chicken, or you really want a meal in Magic Kingdom that isn't as pricey as Be Our Guest or Cinderella's Royal Table, this is a decent option and a pretty good deal in comparison to those two restaurants. Now, of course, you still have the Plaza, which is a great restaurant and pretty low budget, and Liberty Tree Tavern is still my rec if you want that huge family-style, great Thanksgiving-style meal. But Crystal Palace is actually bringing a pretty surprising A-game for getting rid of the characters and having a new sort of prefix meal. All right, now more restaurants may reopen without characters, and that could get you a bit of a discount on the same menu. Remember when Chef Mickey's was the real deal with this, where you only had to pay $25 and you got all you can eat awesome breakfast food, including those cheesy potatoes. Now there were no characters. It was $25. It was a table service meal, and it was a pretty good deal. Well, now the characters are back and the price is back up to $42. So while I'm still happy we don't have a buffet there, we've got a family style meal. $42, that's high for the Chef Mickey's atmosphere. Now, if places like Ohana come back without characters, you might be able to snag a really great deal on an all-you-can-eat breakfast. So pay attention. The things that are reopening with no characters might be a better price point and still all you care to eat. So we'll let you know. All right, deal number 2, skip Hollywood Studios if you didn't get a boarding pass. Hollywood Studios does have some great rides besides Rise of the Resistance, but if that is the ride you want to ride in that park and you weren't able to get a boarding pass at 7 a.m., you might want to swap to a different park to make your day worthwhile. You can change your park pass reservation day of, and you'll know early if you didn't get a spot in the first release of the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance. So you got time to change your plans for the day. Now there is a second release of boarding passes for the ride at 1 p.m., but you might be better off trying your luck at 7 a.m. on a different day. If riding Rise of the Resistance is going to make or break your trip, give yourself a backup day in Hollywood Studios. That way, if it doesn't work on day 1, you've got another shot. If being in Hollywood Studios without riding Rise of the Resistance is a wasted day for you, do not go. That is not a good use of your money or your time. Switch that park pass out for a different park where you'll get on more rides you want to ride and not be bummed out every time you walk past the ride entrance. Don't spend the money on that Hollywood Studios day if you're not going to enjoy it. And remember, there's no fast passes right now, so you're not working around your fast pass reservations or anything. You can easily switch to another park that day and then switch to Hollywood Studios another time. Now, Hollywood Studios is one of the hardest park passes to get, which is why you should lock those in first and switch to a different park if you weren't able to get a boarding pass. So book yourself those 2 Hollywood Studios days and then switch to something else if you need to. Animal Kingdom will probably be an easy one to grab last minute through 2021, but Epcot hasn't been too difficult either, or it might change when new rides start to open there. Remember, you do need to be in Hollywood Studios as your first park of the day in order to ride Rise of the Resistance. Can't park hop there in the afternoon and try to ride, so book park passes in advance for multiple days in Hollywood Studios if you've got to ride it. Not with your money to go to Hollywood Studios if you're not going to ride the ride you want to ride. All right, number 3, buy a single park ticket. We typically love park hopping and will often recommend it unless you're traveling with little ones or a group that isn't interested in adding extra travel time to your day. Being able to jump back and forth between Disney World's parks whenever you want is great, but it's not so spontaneous with the new park hopping rules. Park hopper tickets aren't getting a discount even though what you can do with it is limited compared to what it was before. It's still $60 to add on the privilege of visiting more than one park per day, but you can only visit 2 parks per day, and you can only visit your second park after visiting the park you had a park pass reservation for, and only after 2 p.m. Lots of restrictions right now. And then getting into that second park is all based on capacity, so if it's full, you're not getting in. If all that seems like a hassle, well, it kind of is. In practice, it should probably be pretty smooth, though it's definitely not going to be for everyone. If you're staying for a week, you can definitely fit in enough park days without having to worry about hopping to fit it all in. Even if you only have 4 days, you should be able to do almost everything in your wish list. We're a lot less inclined to vouch for this ticket upgrade right now to add park hopping to your ticket, and it's an easy way to save money by just skipping the park hoppers. Now, of course, always remember, you can add a park hopper to your ticket at the last minute. You can literally walk up to a park and add a park hopper to your ticket. So this is a great one to save the money on it first, and if you really need a park hop, go ahead and add the ticket upgrade on later. It doesn't cost any more. Okay, number 4, park hop to Epcot. All right, so here's another look at the park hopping concept. Alternatively, some people may be able to only visit Epcot by hopping after 2 p.m. and not plan an official Epcot day, since this park is open later than all of the others. You could do a full day at Animal Kingdom, which is open until 5 or 6, and then head over to Epcot until 9 p.m. Or if you're just not that into Epcot and you'll need a couple of hours to get your fill, go ahead and plan your park passes for Disney's other parks and just try to hop to Epcot. If you're staying at an Epcot area resort, you can easily walk to grab some festival eats toward the end of the night. Again, this will definitely get more difficult as those new rides open in Epcot, but until Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind open, it should be easier to park hop to Epcot. In theory, you could go to all 4 parks with a park hopper ticket in 2 or 3 days if you plan to have an early day at the park that opens first and a late day at the park that stays open the longest. Fewer days might not shave off a lot from your ticket budget, but it will definitely bring your hotel costs down. All right, number 5, take advantage of unique deals. Speaking of hotel costs, Disney is really pushing some more unique or better deals that you don't often see because they're trying to fill rooms right now and can't entice people with the Disney dining plan, which doesn't exist at the moment. Now, we've seen big discounts for the 2020 holiday season. Who knew we'd be getting 35% off a hotel room the week before Christmas? That's usually the least discounted week of the year. We've seen big discounts for neighboring states as Disney tries to lure those who can drive to visit over those who may have to take several stops in airports to get there. And we've also seen a ticket deal. Disney rarely offers ticket deals. You do still need to purchase a 4-night, 3-day package in order to get 2 free days of tickets, which would presumably be used as half days on your arrival and departure days, unless you arrive early and leave late to make the most of those days. So which will save you more? If you're staying at a value, moderate, or even lower end deluxe resort, you might want to swing for the ticket offer. On the other hand, you could see lots bigger savings from the discounted hotel offer if you're staying at a more expensive resort. We've got a post over on DisneyFoodblog.com that helps break down which is better for your situation, so check that out if you're on the fence about which deal to choose. All right, number 6, get an annual pass. This might not be new, but getting an annual pass can have some big benefits that can save you some cash, even if only one person in your group gets it, and annual pass holders have been getting a lot more perks lately. Dining discounts have been bumped up periodically. Several restaurants in Disney Springs, like Maria and Enzo's and the Edison, are offering 15% off food when the standard is 10. Annual pass holders get higher discounts on hotel rooms as well. While everyone else is getting 35% off, pass holders are getting 40% off. There have also been a few exclusive pop-up shops with exclusive discounts just for annual pass holders in Epcot and Magic Kingdom. It might seem counterintuitive to spend over $1,000 on an annual pass in order to save money, but if you plan on taking 2-week-long trips within 1 calendar year and you utilize all those discounts and perks, you really can come out ahead. Only one person in your party needs to get a pass so long as they're the one booking the hotel rooms and they're at all of the meals you're looking to get a discount on. Everyone else can get regular tickets. Now, the big wrench in this plan at the moment is that Disney is not selling annual passes right now. So file this money-saving tip away if you are going to Disney World later in the year, because hopefully they will reintroduce annual pass sales soon. And number 7, use social media for exclusive discounts. This is another thing we've seen in the past, but it's become more prevalent over the past year. 2020 has been tough, and restaurants and stores are rolling out a lot of deals to keep people coming in. Know where to find those deals. You'll primarily find discounts at third-party restaurants and stores in Disney Springs. Restaurants like Paddlefish, Terralina Crafted Italian, T-Rex, Wine Bar George, stores like Sephora, they're all posting special deals on their social media accounts, and you'll only know about them if you follow. So before your trip, start following those restaurants and stores in Disney Springs that you might want to go to on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, it turns out some of those changes that might make planning a little more difficult can actually help you save. Park hopping isn't as enticing as it used to be, and that can easily knock hundreds of dollars off your trip total. Stay aware of the changes you can make and the shifts in planning that can save you money and help you get more value out of your vacation. Know what the park hours are so you can figure out, does it make sense for me to do 2 parks in one day, but still get a full day at each park, really? And follow along with us here at DFB. We're always covering the latest deals, the latest hacks, the latest tricks, the latest savings and discounts, and of course, whatever comes back, Fast Pass, dining plan, any of that stuff, you're gonna hear it here first. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, get on our newsletter. Our newsletter is where you're gonna hear the stuff first. So be sure to sign up for that if you aren't already. And stick with us, we're gonna have all the info for you. So if you are going to Disney World in 2021, let's save some money. We have lots of other videos on the channel of how to save money at Disney World typically, and this one that you just watched is going to save you a few more dollars in more unique ways this year. So thank you guys for listening, and thanks for watching. Let's not spend any money we don't have to, okay? We're going to try to save you some dough. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.